Okay, so it took a little bit longer to set up because I set up the memes, since everybody wants memes. Anyways, let's go over to memes. I have memes spelled as mems. It's time for the mems review. I can't find this folder. Are you guys ready for mems reviews? I thought you said men's. Ew. Anyways, let's start this off. First up, we have this one of Yu-Gi-Oh with a gun. He says, so you're a Yu-Gi-Oh fan? Name every single card. You see, this is in reference to gatekeeping hobbies, where usually if you say you like something, someone will be like, oh yeah, well you need to prove that you like this hobby by naming certain amounts of things. And the comical thing about this meme is that there's over 10,000 cards in Yu-Gi-Oh, so you can't name them all because there's too many of them. It's hilarious. This is particularly a problem when it comes to women who enter nerdy hobbies, where they're constantly questioned about their knowledge on said hobby. I have a question. Greetings, Mr. Logs of TheDuelLogs. I've come back from distant land and spent hard-earned points to ask, may this spooter be pet? I only bite if I'm scared.
So take that as you will.
Men's most annoying traits? I would say the most annoying trait men have is their inability to share their emotions properly. Ban Elf because it's too generic and powerful. Ooh, wow, a simple line. And then we have Konami. They're gonna ban everything else that's not Elf. They're gonna ban merely Dragon Maid Laundry, Ronin Toad, Shadow Scout, and then Mask of Darkness. The funny thing is, Hero Shadow Scout was actually banned in Duel Links. Was it banned or was it limited? I don't remember. It had some kind of restriction on their ban list though. Not because of sprites, but because of its actual effect. Limited to 2? Is it still limited to 2? Next up on memes. Me opening Reddit for meme surfing. My victory dragon meme make it into a TheDuelLogs video with gun sound effects. Oh. Why did I save this one? Oh no, they know I'm stealing their memes. My tower's monster while my opponent is making crazy plays.
This is fine.
Just to remember, if you're gonna put text on a background, add a black outline to it. A black outline on text makes it show up over everything. Also, if your opponents make a bunch of plays, they can probably go into an access code talker and just beat over your card. Next one, you should mill yourself now. You see, and Kelbeck over here can mill 5 cards from both players' decks, which is quite a premium effect because most cards mill 3 or less cards. So being able to mill 5 is amazing. That's why he says you should mill yourself now, because it mills your opponent's deck. This is definitely not a suicide meme. It doesn't know the meme behind. I know what it is. Okay, so this is someone's favorite decks, and you have to try to guess what they are. This is Dragon Maids. This is Sword Soul. Favorite XC's deck is a person's eyeball. Big Eye? I don't get this one. Drytron, Big Eye Turbo, Galaxy Eyes. Oh, Galaxy Eye. Who the f likes Galaxy Eyes? My favorite deck that uses none of these. A Vincent Van Gogh picture. Weather Painters? Oh, no, but they use a Link monster. They have a very good Link monster, in fact. Starry Nights? Well, if it was Starry Nights, I would have used something else. Ear? Is there an ear deck? I don't think it's Starry Nights because like they're not using the Vincent Van Gogh painting for Starry Nights. I actually have a picture of Starry Nights hanging up like right behind my computer where they have the stars replaced with Dragon Balls and it's Goku and Vegeta being locked in a battle with a Kamehameha and the Gallic Gun. I think it implies It's
not Starry Nights.
Plus Starry Nights recently got a new Xyz monster anyway. Don't you guys know anything about anything? References painting star. It's not Starry Nights. There's no way it's Starry Nights. Anyways, next up we have Ritual deck. This is definitely Drytron. Favorite Pendulum deck. This is definitely Valiance or Valence. Favorite Link deck. There's a Crusader. Someone fighting someone. Oh, I have no idea what this is. What deck is this? Scarecrow. And favorite deck that uses almost all of these. Let's see. Fusion, 2 gay dudes kissing, a dragon, and comedy and tragedy. Is this supposed to be Despia? I don't think there's any gay love in Despia, is there? Despia uses like 1 max. Yeah, they only use fusion. Oh, is it DDD? Does DDD have gay love in it? Albaz plus Aluber? That's not a real canon relationship though, they're enemies. The heroes mass change and super gay with the rainbow fusions. But why is there a dragon? Heroes don't have dragons at all. I have no idea what this one is. That's heroes. The heroes fusing with each other. It means they're having gay sex together, but that's not what it means. I can't figure this one out. I think it's just like Despia, even though they only do fusions. It's bad. Stop calling it bad. Try to open your horizons and think outside the box. You can make anything in gay sex analogs. That's true. They do love gay sex. Next up, we have Yu-Gi-Oh! Judge. It wasn't slow playing. It was simply reading time. You see, this is in reference to the fact that if you're caught playing slowly in order to go into time, that is technically against the rules. So this is under the assumption that someone was telling on someone for slow playing, and they're like, I wasn't slow playing. I was just reading all of my card effects very slowly. You're allowed reading time. Loopholes, baby. MD players, when they find out what spirals can do. Oh yeah, spirals are at full power in Master Duel. I don't think they have any limitations, and I've seen what they can do. I can put up some silly boards. Maybe I should learn how to play the game. Play them. I know exactly one person who plays spirals, and they're one of my script writers. He loves spirals. He also has a spiral channel where he just plays spirals. He might even be streaming right now. Actually, let me check to see. He usually streams around this time. Oh my god, he is streaming. Is it two-tone? Yeah, I'll give you guys a link to his channel. I think he said last time I was on his stream that I'm his only member. He is a Spiral Pro. What's that snack of choice? It's a cough drop because my throat's up. Next up, we have a lovely couple, my parents at 28. For the occasion of our first child being born, we've bought this house that's big enough for many family members, including potential future kids that will surely grow up to be happy and successful. Me at 28, looking at buying a starry version of Revolution Synchron, which I assume is expensive. This card is kind of nutty. So it's like a glow-up bulb, but better. $40, 200 of us. $40 isn't that much. I assume this version of it is way more expensive. Yeah, when I heard people talk about this card as like, you know, the new best thing, I was like, ain't no way. It can't be that good. And then I read its effect, and I'm like, oh wow. Never mind, that makes sense. It can synchro summon from the hand without having to special summon itself. That's genius. So... This is an autocomplete for Google search. It says Yu-Gi-Oh! Tour, and it autofills with Yu-Gi-Oh! Tour Guide, Yu-Gi-Oh! Tour Guide Feet Mat, Yu-Gi-Oh! Tour Guide Play Mat, Yu-Gi-Oh! Tour Guide from the Underworld deck. And the second search result is the Feet Mat. Have you guys ever seen the Feet Mat before? Do you want me to show it to you? Okay, next up we have my face win. I summon double A Zeus. I am become death, the breaker of boards. I assume this is a picture of Ottenheimer from the famous movie Ottenheimer, right? Where he makes a famous quote where he says, I am death, the bringer, what is his quote again? You can't be that ignorant. His name is Ottenheimer. If I remember correctly, I read someone talk about how his quote is generally taken out of context because the Destroyer of Worlds was a quote from a story about a guy who was given powers by a god, but then knew that his powers were useless, and it was more about that rather than him being a badass. But I forget, I can't even explain that. Next up, hey look, it's my meme review. Concede game 1. How about you go concede your life? And then the text here says, because it's really easy to gain like a Saki win in a game 1, and then Yu-Gi-Oh! Is balanced around side deck and like a games 2 and 3. And then it's a picture of Master Duel trying to look inconspicuous. This is why I've always said Master Duel is like not balanced, because the game is balanced around the side deck. And Master Duel has to have its own ban list to try to rectify that, but only try. It's still not the most balanced thing in the world. But honestly, if a deck is strong enough, it's still gonna win a lot. Where's my mems page at? Mems page. We have Lady Labyrinth of the Silver Castle walking down the street, and then you have the 3 furnitures looking on in awe. I don't get it. Like, they're furniture, of course they're gonna follow around. Is this implying that the furniture is sexually attracted to Lady Labyrinth of the Silver Castle? They're furniture, they can't be. Anyways, next meme Yeah, I like NTR, non-targeting removal. Oh my god, all these cards are non-targeting removal. You have Shirai, which has a non-target banish. Trishula, which also has a non-target banish. This was famously printed back in the days before problem-solving card text, so good luck explaining that to people back in the day. Imagine having a card that doesn't target and trying to get around a card that has targeting protection. You're like, nuh-uh. You know, it does banish your obelisk because it technically doesn't target. It goes, yes, we don't have colons or semicolons to explain this. And then we have DPE, which also non-target. And then we have Dingursu, who also doesn't target. And then we have the Kaiju, who also technically doesn't target because it just removes it. Next, mems. Oh wait, that's it. Wait, why was there an ad? Didn't we have an ad break before this? Anyways, those are all of the mems. Let's go play some Yugi Mans now.